it's me, Wesley. I'm so glad to see all of you. Today I'm going to be reading Katie Duck is a Caterpillar, although she also is a duck. There's the first page. It's still the same thing. Our next page is Katie Duck loved to dance. Katie Duck loved to twirl like a snowflake on a frosty winter day. She loved to sparkle like a star on a warm summer's eve. And in the fall, Katie loved to spin like a leaf, softly tumbling to the ground. Tra-la-la-la-la, quack, quack. How I love to dance, said Katie Duck. Spring was Katie's favorite season of all. Springtime was filled with new and exciting surprises. Why, in springtime, amazing things happen right before your eyes. Katie stretched like the buds that magically blossomed on the trees. Katie hopped to and fro, like the baby birds just learning to fly. Katie swayed into the breeze, like the tulips poking their heads above the ground. Tra-la-la-la-la, quack, quack. How I love to dance, said Katie Duck. Tra-la-la-la-la, quack, quack. How I love spring. Come along now, Katie Duck, said Mrs. Duck. You do not want to be late for dance class. When Katie arrived at Mr. Tutu's School of Dance, the other dancers were abuzz with excitement. Our dance recital is in a few weeks. It'll be special celebration of spring, said Mr. Tutu. There will be flowers swaying in the breeze. There will be swans floating on the lake. There will be birds hopping to and fro. Now practice, everyone. Practice. In a few moments, I will announce your part of the show. A show to celebrate spring. Katie Duck couldn't be more excited. She could hardly wait to see which part Mr. Tutu would select for her. Da-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, how I love the spring. Oh. Katie imagined that she was a bright daffodil. She stretched up upon her tiptoes. She could feel the spring breeze rustling through her petals. She could wear a sparkly costume, too. Why, that's one of the most beautiful spring flowers I've ever seen, said Mr. Tutu. Next, Katie imagined she was a swan on the lake. She glided, she floated. She could just imagine a beautiful costume with shimmering wings. Yes, yes, said Mr. Tutu. That is a wonderful swan, quaked Katie Duck. And then Katie waved her arms up and down, up and down. She flitted here. What? She flew there. She curled in the ground as she was landing in a soft, cozy nest. I am certain that was one of the best birds ever. Well done, Katie, well done. Before long, it was time to announce who would be assigned each part. And if you are hardly understanding this, daffodil time. And then it says swan on the lake. And then the birds. Okay, and here's the page. please, said Mr. Tutu. He rubbed his chin. He cleared his throat. Katie's heart beat with excitement. Which part would be hers? First, Mr. Tutu chose the spring flowers, but he did not choose Katy Duck. That's okay, said Katy. She didn't want to be the pretty flower, but she could be a beautiful swan or a fuzzy baby bird or even a colorful ladybug. Katy Duck stretched her neck gracefully and waited. Next, Mr. Tutu chose the spring swans, but he did not choose Katy. Oh my, said Katy, thinking of shimmering wings. I would love to be a swan. Mr. Tutu chose the birds. There were baby birds just learning to fly, but he did not choose Katy. Oh no, saw Katy. She really wanted to be the bird. What could she be? Then Mr. Tutu chose blossoms, trees, a sun, and some fluffy clouds. I believe we have everything we need for a wonderful celebration of spring, said Mr. Tutu. But what about me? Asked Katy Duck. What do I get? Mr. Tutu turned to Katy. He rubbed his chin. He cleared his throat. He looked at Katy thoughtfully. Oh, yes, of course, said Mr. Tutu. You, Katy Duck, shall be a caterpillar? What? A caterpillar? Thought Katy Duck. A caterpillar crawled on the ground. A caterpillar did not sway, glide, or flutter. A caterpillar did not have petals or sparkles. Katy felt a lump in her throat. Her stomach ached. Katy tried very hard not to cry. I'm not crying. Imagine, Katy Duck, said Mr. Tutu. A caterpillar. What would a celebration of spring be without a caterpillar? Katy looked right. Katy looked left. Katy looked down. This was not the part Katy had hoped for all. What will our hero Katy do next? Let's find out. Oh, did not show you the page. Let's see what beautiful Katy will do next. Let's see what our beautiful hero will do next. The class practiced and practiced and practiced. They practiced and practiced some more. While the flowers swayed, Katy Duck stretched. While the swans floated, Katy inched up and down. While the birds flew to and fro, Katy jiggled and wiggled. Oh, poor Katy. At last, it was time for the show. Oh, if you're wondering what the page looks like. At last, it was time for the show. Places, everyone! Please take your places! Called Mr. Tutu. The curtain swept open. The music began. The flowers burst forth on the stage. The swans glided, oh, so gracefully. Oh, so gracefully you couldn't imagine. The baby birds flapped their wings, skittering to and fro. Buds blossomed and the tree swayed. Clouds skipped by. The sun shone its rays. The audience applauded. It was a wonderful celebration of spring indeed. Now it was time for Katy Duck's entrance, Mr. Tutu nodded. Imagine, Katy Duck, said Mr. Tutu, a caterpillar. Ready for me to show. This is what Katy thought. Think. And suddenly, she thought. Katy Duck slowly crawled like a caterpillar on stage. She inched up and down, she stretched, she curved, she jiggled, she wiggled, she inched up and down some more. And then something happened. Suddenly, Katie remembered why spring was her favorite season of all. Springtime was filled with new and exciting surprises. Why, in springtime, amazing things happen right before your eyes. Katie spun, Katie curled up, and Katie lay absolutely still. The audience grew quiet, very quiet. When it was just the right time, Katie jiggled and wiggled again to the song, Flight of the Bumblebee. Katie rocked and rolled. She bounced and she bumped. She reached and she stretched. As the music soared, Katie felt her arms begin to flutter, and then felt the pitter-patter. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. And there, right before everybody's eyes, came a true springtime surprise. Something new and exciting and amazing indeed. Why, even Mr. Tutu had never seen anything quite like this before. Where there once was a caterpillar, there now appeared a butterfly. And after all, what would a celebration of spring be without a butterfly? Katie Duck fluttered and floated and flew proudly across the stage. "Bravo!" cried the crowd as the flowers bowed. "Bravo!" They cheered as the swans courtesied. "Bravo!" They applauded as the baby birds flapped their wings. But the biggest cheers of all were saved for Katie Duck. "Bravo, Katie!" cried Mr. Tutu. "Tra-la-la-la-la, quack, quack! How I love to dance," said Katie. "Tra